So there they are. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8. The one on the end, the big one, that was one we potted straight up the other day. But 8 palms. That's only some that are in our garden. A little bit sad at the moment, and they're trying to tip out of their pots, but they're looking good. They'll take well to their pots. I'm having trouble separating these pots. The tall pots, you can see there's only one in the middle there that's like a squatty pot. I don't know why I started using that one, but the taller, deeper pots, I've got so many of them and they're all stuck together, and even these ones I had to use a screwdriver to even pry, one off a stack of like 8. So I'm getting frustrated, but victory. And shortly I'm going to buy a plant that came off the marketplace. It's an anthurium. The lady's been growing in water and it's massive. And I love growing stuff in water. These are these rogue pots. Look how many there are. Haven't tried the really tall ones yet. But there's like 30 of them right there. And look at my hand, I'm carrying this through. I've tried everything. My muscles are not prepared for this. So what I'm going to do is I've tidied up the bromeliads a little bit, and then I'm just going to separate them all. And I'm just going to, I think I've got 3 pots there, but I reckon I've got about 8 bromeliad big ones in there to pot. So I'll just prepare those before I'm ready to head off and go and buy my big massive anthurium plant. And the lady's like, oh, it needs some TLC, but I've looked at it, and if it's like it is in the photo, it's massive. I'll just separate all of the bits and pieces in there, and I'll probably end up with 4 or 5 plants out of one. $15 she's charging. I mean, anthuriums are not cheap, so I'm stoked. I'll go and get that shortly. Okay, so I'm starting. I've been cleaning out the messy garden, a real big mess in the backyard. And Hercules is with me usually every day, but he's decided to become a plant. Hello. Is it nice and warm there? He's sleeping in the newly repotted and heavily pruned miniature orange that was over in that corner there. But have a look at this. Look at this. Told you it was organised chaos. I am getting there. Look at that bunch of pots over there. Still messy, but there's no more pots on the ground, except these, because these will be used soon when I finally battle them out. Just a random elephant ears in a pot that I just pull all the weeds out. The new lemon that's going to be repotted. All of the hanging basket stuff. That's still not how I want it. And I've got some road base there to throw down there. Got to move all these chairs somewhere. There's all the potted palms from yesterday, and I managed to get 3 bromeliads done, the variegated ones. So still working on it. Got to get this table over to here to go long ways that way. So I've got to get all that glassware and ceramic pots off there again and move them. And I'm still clearing rubbish, so for a big trip to the tip. So I've got to tidy up. This one's leaning a bit by the looks of it. Yep. Straighten her up a bit. As I said, they'll be a bit messy for a while. These ones here, they've got broken bits and stuff. These were tucked in behind that orange tree, in the shade, just growing straight out. Because there's some pretty big palm trees. That's where they came from, dropping seeds all the time. But yeah, I'm getting there. This is going to be absolutely amazing for me. I'm loving it. Okay, that's a wrap for Thursday the 8th of July 2021. My organised chaos is getting better organised. As you can see, I've removed all the pots that were over here before where that hose nozzle is. Still a little compost heap there that was raked away from the wall. That's okay, because we're setting up a new spot for that. That is full of what I've thrown out. So is this one. Potting mix bags I will deal with. Look, here's my little work corner. the other tables, hubby happened to come home for lunch and I grabbed him. So I took all the glassware off, which is on the ground. That's okay. I want to wash them all up properly. But I've got my table in with a bit of old grubby tarp over it. Some boxes underneath that need cleaning. These pots that I fight with every day, these ones. And then all these other pots. Hanging baskets, hooks, tomato trestles, everything in there. It's full of, what do you call them? Plant tags. Of course, I'm done with all my potting. I ended up with 10 bromeliads. Some of them are sad, just like the palm trees, and 3 aloes, which have serious mealy bugs on them, but I don't care. That came off one plant, and I divided it into 3, and I repotted the lemon into a nice big pot. So, phew, that's it for today, folks. I'm buggered. So, enormous amount done today, because that pile there, see where all that, you can see that peat moss there, coir moss, coconut coir moss. That was just covered all around the whole area where that hose nozzle is, and all of the area. All pots and gungy stuff. Still got a pile of the hanging basket wires and the plastic ones. Still got a little bit to do, but not too much at all. Signing out for the 8th of the 7th, 21. What a difference a lick of paint makes. Today is Tuesday the 13th of July. Did a heap of work yesterday. I was too tired again to film my work afterwards. But as you remember, I finished all the whitewashing. Now all I've got left is gutters and downpipes and eaves. And I was doing the garage doors too. There's one on the front and one at the back. So I've done half the door at the back. I've completed the one at the front. But just have a look at this. If this will let me flip around, it probably won't. I can't. So I'll walk with this behind me, and you can see the lovely work on the gutters I've done. Actually, I had a bit of a bingle yesterday. I fell off the ladder just over here near the rubbish bins, but on the edge of the driveway and the grass. So I landed on the grass. I was pretty prepared for the fall, but I grabbed hold of the guttering, and you can see, where is it? There it is. I left a big splotch of paint. But it's looking so good. My son and my husband have gone crazy. They're like, oh my gosh, it looks so good. And we come into this bit. Coming along. It wasn't easy, I can tell you, especially when we got to this part over here with all the rocks and that. I was standing on rocks painting these. And then I went around, finally got around the corner. Wasn't easy here either. Fortunately, my son had half a day's work. He usually has Mondays off because he does 4 10-hour days, but they wanted him to work, so he always does, because it's double time. And we get around here. Oh, see, look, I've done the downpipe. Where is it? There it is. Done the downpipe. That is not paint on the bricks. That is paint on painter's tape. So you can see there is a few splishes, especially here, right here there is, but I don't care. It just adds a bit of character. But doing up there, whoa, that was so hard. And I got two just over here. I can't really see if you can see that. But anyway, I've got one more downpipe to painter's tape up, which I'm about to do after I have my coffee. And I've done most of it, but I've just got to finish that up and painter's tape the bricks. And here it is here. And you can see, you'll see the difference. Am I seeing this right? There it is. Oh no, that's the front door. Come over here. There's the top part, and you come down and you can see the old colour. And I used to say it's a pinky brown, but it's like a terracotta. It's ugly. So then after that, I will, gosh, he's got his car pulled, brand new car pulled right up against the garbage bins there, so I have to walk all the way around. And just another look at my monstera weed patch. Monstera, I should say. I always keep saying monstera, but it's monstera. And there's a whole bunch of bird of paradise in there too, which, you know, they're my backups. There's another one. Gorgeous flowered. Some ferns I've chucked there. So I'll do this, after I finish painting that gutter, I'll do up here, I'll finish this side, which is not hard, except I've got 2 more downpipes. I need a downpipe taper, painter's taper-upper. I can't stand doing it, but it's all part of the work. And then there's nothing, and we go, there's no show without Herc. He's enjoying all these new patches because we've dug up all these trees. Pulled out a hibiscus just here with this, what do you call those plants? I forget. I always forget when I go on video. I always remember when I'm not, and I do know the name of it. But there used to be a hibiscus there, and we've had it for years and years and years, but it's in disease. And behind that, in that patch over here, was our mini lemon that wasn't doing so well. And then there was our mini orange. That was along with all those palm trees that were growing. There's still one little one growing in the back there, but that's okay. It's still got tons. We didn't keep the mini lemon because it's just not performing. So what else I did on Sunday was here I had 2 giant hibiscus, which I had struck from a tiny twig that from a mum's, but they just weren't. I put them up like as a hedge to block this next door neighbour's shed. And now look at the stumps on those. Look at that. I mean, that is from a hibiscus, and over here and down here and down here. Oh, there's another little fan palm that I'm going to dig up. And my area, I'm so proud of this, is coming along. This part's messy because I haven't finished tidying it up because I have other things I've had to do. I have, I cut these back, even the olive, and we stood her up as much as we could. You can see down the bottom how we've tied. But my thing was that it's growing a new tree at the back there. I absolutely trimmed the pomegranate to death. It needed it. It needed more light in it because up above here is next door neighbour's hedging, which is a real pain in the ass. Then I cut back the kaffir lime tree. Oh, big time. Huge amount of cutback. And you can see the Aussie flag is flying in. It's a bit bent, but it's been out in the weather for a long time. So that's a bit neater, and I've got a new little pile of pomegranate and kaffir lime cuttings there. But I've kept a lot of cuttings too because they're so easy to strike. So I've got them all here. Mainly pomegranate, but I've also got some of these come through our fence. These are like a hedge. I think they're like a native cherry because the fruit that comes off them is edible. So they're nice long tap roots. And I figured, because I can't get my fence in the front, every time I ask for a fence, I'm, well, no, it's too expensive. If I plant these in the front and they grow as big as that, I've got a fence. Also too, we pulled out the 2 passion fruit plants. They've been in there for a long time. They were looking very ratty. And I've just stuck a couple in some, this was just rainwater, to see if they'll strike just in water. Who knows? And I've got a pomegranate here to propagate from seed. So I am kind of organised, but you know. And there's all some of my potted stuff. Just because this is a nice westerly winter spot. So we'll just see what happens here. And then of course, all of this in front of my compost heap. Is just here so I can cut it up smaller and try and blend it through. Hubby's thrown a lot of chunky bits of the hibiscus in here, and I'll be taking them back out again because they won't break down for use. You know, so I've got all these jobs, and there's on the olive cuttings, and I will use those. I'm going to pot up tons of them, and I'll hopefully do a little video. Anyway, the last section after I finish this one here today is the big long section, which isn't too bad because it's pretty straight, but there's another 2 down pipes. One and one further down there near the gas bottle. However, the paint work is relatively straight. So I think I'll be finished all the guttering first coat. This has already had a first coat, this one. This is a very, very day one of my project that I did. I hope you can see that. Yeah, and it's a bit splishy. I did it with a paintbrush, so I will go over it with a roller and it'll come out a lot smoother. So that needs a second coat. They'll all need a second coat if I've got enough paint left, because this paint was the paint they gave us that was left over from the roof. And I've mixed some white paint into it to lighten it up, so it's got like a slight colour difference from the really dark slate grey. So you know, you can see the subtle difference in the colour. So there you have it. I've got a lot more work to do today. I really want to do garden work, but hubby's encouraging me to get the painting done because he is starting to help me a lot more on the weekends with all the paint. What do you want? What do you want me to dig up? What do you want me to, you know? And I'm like, oh, hallelujah. So plus I've been buying also too indoorish plants to liven up our indoor space as well. Oh, and I meant to show you, I didn't show you all the plant I got from the lady that day. Remember I had to rush off and pick up an anthurium that was being grown in water? Well, here it is. Just move my rosemary that I'm striking out the way. There it is. Probably a bit too hot here, even in the winter, so I'll have to rotate, but look at that. And when I bought it off her, like, she was like, I was just so annoyed with it because it just wouldn't flower, and I've had it in all kinds of spaces and done all kinds of things to get it to flower, and it hasn't. And I got to say, I think it's because it's in water. I think that's a really big root ball. So I'm going to divvy that up, and that'll be in another video. But anyway, I'll let you know how things go after I finish doing some more today. And yesterday, my son started sanding along the front here, so I can actually do the front. And there he is finishing it. He's only got a little bit to go towards the end there near the same tree. Look, he's smiling. He's happy because he'll be done with the sanding of the gutters and the downpipes, and so will I, because then I can. Wait, I'm talking to the video. Anyway, that's what's happening. We'll probably shift all of this, all of these cuttings around the back to the compost heap. I will have to trim them up and make them a lot smaller because I want the compost to break down really quickly before spring. And I can't wait. I can't wait to have some really good compost ready for the garden. Okay, today is Friday the 16th of July, and I haven't recorded for a couple of days because I've just been too tired and can't be bothered. But my last video was finishing the, this is the same, finishing the guttering and the downpipes. It's the downpipe out the front that I had to tape up. It's still taped up. All the guttering has been finished out here. Hubby put in a request for this. I've had to touch that up twice. I had to take all the splotches off. There's one up here that I've still got to deal with. But that's okay, that's nice and easy. So that was on the two pillars out the front. He wanted it to just break up the white. I've clipped up all these elephant ears because they are now showing me whether they're going to survive or not. And so far 3. I don't know if that one's going to survive. 4. And the 5th one over there, I think I had 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there is 6. I'm still not sure about this one over here. We'll wait and see what that little tip is going to turn out. Okay, so I finished all the guttering and all the way around the big side. I'll show you that in a minute. What I did yesterday, because I was feeling, I haven't had any time off from doing stuff, so I decided to bite the bullet and go in and start on the big garage doors in the dark slate. Well, I have repeatedly said I do not like painting on metal. So what I did yesterday, you can see the big bucket over there, that's my, what do you call it? Compost buckets. And I filled that with hot soapy water and washed this thing down. And you can see I've started, it looks okay like this, but when you get up close, have a look at this. Oh, so frustrated and disappointed. Look at that. So today I'm going to go over that again. So I'm thinking this is probably the primer coat, and I will see if it sticks and takes on this today. Otherwise I don't know what we're going to do, but you know, hubby and son are very excited about these being finished, which I'm happy to oblige, but anyway, I haven't washed this one down yet, so I'll have to get myself some more soapy water. But I pinched a nerve in my neck during the night's sleep. Jeez, it hurts. Oh, what's happening? Oh, there we go. I don't know what happened then. Something happened. There's lots. There's the guttering. Finished all that. Finished that downpipe. Finished that downpipe. I hate downpipes. I think I've said that before. But I've done a lot of other stuff. Look at Herc. Look at him up on the barbecue. You want a pat? You want a pat? Hey. He's been sleeping here the last couple of days. He's figured out there's some nice sunshine on here. Nice winter sun. So I've been busy around the back as well. I tidied everything up. I raked up all the mess that was on the ground, all the leaves. And I got our trolley resurrected. We were trying to pump up the tyres with a hand pump, and the hand pump got stuck on one of the little inlet things there. And 2 men, my husband and son, could not get it off, but I got it off yesterday, and I'm happy about that. So before this, my phone runs out of storage again, I'll quickly show you the state of some of the other plants I've been propagating, and also some of the ones I've dug out and planted that are dying. Olive trees, olive cuttings, all of these ones with the little green leaves from the mother olive tree over there. 17 I planted yesterday, I don't use root hormone mix. I just put them straight in the pot. Okay, so that was those 17. I've tidied up a lot here. I've still got that pile of glass, but everything else is a lot tidier. Even over here, there's nothing in the way there. Even the hungry bin is getting some sunshine. It's growing stuff inside. I lost all my worms and when I got really sick, more than 18 months ago, easily. But now I'm just going to let this air out. I've taken all the worm castings that were up in the trays on the bottom of the hungry bin, and I'll put them and mix them through my compost heap. How cool is that? Yesterday I also planted 7 of these hedgy type plants. I think there's a native cherry, I think I said they were. I've taken away all the palm trees because they suffered majorly, and I think it was because I put them in the sun and they were all dug out from the shade. So I'll show you. I'm not disappointed because we've got tons more. There's 3 of them that I've moved into the shade. I don't hold out any hope whatsoever that they'll survive. And then there's another whole bunch in here. I think there's 1 that will survive over the back there. That's green. The rest are getting a bit crispy. Anyway, another downpipe. I did all of this all the way along right to the gate, and another downpipe, all in the one day around the other, as well as the other side as well. So I'm very proud of myself and very relieved. Mind you, I believe they need another coat, but I don't know if I'll have enough paint. I've mentioned that before, but we'll see. The people that did our roof spray, hubby contacted them and asked them if they had any more of this colour left, and they have indicated that if they have, they'll drop some off for us, which is amazing. What else? Just one more thing, and that is I dug out from over there between the Kaffir lime and the you know what they look. See this tree, I can't even believe I can't even remember it. I think it's my neck it's playing up. Well, here around here there were 2 giant elephant ears, and I keep calling them monsteras, but they're elephant ears. And so I potted them up in a big pot and put them in the shade, and they're going through their own personal crises as well. So we'll see how they go. I've staked them up a bit. A couple of the leaves have bent over and probably not savable, but this is going to be a feature plant in the house. So this one, you can see it's bent, and there's one more that's bent that I'm really, over here. They're both bent, and they're both bent since I put the stakes in. What else do I want to show you? Quickly, I wanted to show you progress on the little palm seeds. These pots are full of foxtail palms. They're just not germinating. They will eventually. I know they will, because the other ones that germinated for me just popped up out of nowhere, and in no soil either. That's not the one. That's the one. 2 actually in there. And 1 in there. Don't mind the weeds. Pandanus aren't growing. Rosemary doing fine. The basil is not. Some of the what do you call them? Poincianas are doing okay. So, and then around here, of course, are my golden cane palms. Just one more look at them. I marvel at these. There's so many of them, and they're all coming up again, like bigger. See, there they are. Look how tiny. Look at them, and they turn into very strong. There's some down there. You can see the tips, the green tips. Oh, that's a big one. Or here. kind of when you think there's none, all of a sudden, there you are, you see some more. And some more over here. Anyway, Friday the 16th, it's not raining today, thank goodness. It was yesterday. But I still got some painting done, some horrible painting done, but I'll see how it goes. That's why I'm only doing that small section, because I don't know what I'm going to do if I can't get the painting smooth. Anyway, see you in the next one. Good morning. Saturday the 17th of July. It's sunny. It ended up raining yesterday, but I ended up finishing one of the doors on the garage, but I've got a few little touch-ups to go. I'm going to get some little tiny rollers, and I've got a decent ladder now, and hubby's just pulling into the driveway. So here's what it looks like. It's come up really nice. There's a few little splotches, but not too many, and I've got a decent ladder today, so I'll be able to do a little bit more on the gutters and downpipes, because we ran out of paint on the dark stuff. So not quite, but not enough to do this door. As I said yesterday, the people who did the roof are going to try and get us some more of this paint. So yesterday wasn't wasted in the rain, and now I've got the big ladder. I'll be good to go. Started cleaning up over there yesterday. All that there is hibiscus, big chunky hibiscus that's got to go to the tip. And I cleaned up all the, well, not all of this, some of the bird of paradise, and I took it around. Okay, all the eaves are done. I think I said that yesterday, but what I've been doing is the ones underneath here again, cleaning them up. They look lovely. Got rid of this cabinet over in the corner. All this is cleared over here. The exercise bike is gone. And some miracles happening out the front. Hubby got out one of the mini beasts yesterday, the bird of paradise, the smaller one. And now my son and my husband are digging out beast number 2. Look at this. There's beast number 1. And look at beast number 2. How are we doing? Please don't swear, you're on camera. It's a beast, isn't it? It's a monster. So that's beast number 1. That was the small one. Have a look at the size of this one. They've both got, what's that, a crowbar, Patrick?
Yeah.
Giant crowbar. Shovel. It's probably going to leave a hole like a meteor hit it. Oh, look at that. Anyway, progress is happening around the household, and looks like all the agaves are nearly gone. Got a trolley full here. So you see we've got an axe and a tomahawk, so that helps. Look at that, big chunks of the, so it's looking good. Yeah, it's looking good. So that's going to the tip. Whoops, well, I think they are. I have no use for them now. So yeah, got a whole stack of firewood for our fire pits. That's for the next month or so until winter's gone. So like I've got to the point now where I'm just waiting for the paint for the very back, across the back, and all the big side to finish that, and then just one garage door. So just today I've just oh look, you can tell the difference. Look at that, disgusting, between that and the fresh paint on the beams. I did these about 6 years ago. It took me forever. I'm good at it now, so it's not taking me long at all. Come back later when it's all done.